Hi, welcome again to Newton Robinson and maple syrup making, which involves taking a whole lot of wood that's dry, wood that's hard, and it'll make life easy. I use a chainsaw because it's really the only way you can get enough wood quickly enough. But when you do the chainsaw, you got to check it before you do anything to be sure that the chain is tight enough so it won't flop around and come off and whack you in the head, which is always a possibility. See, I'm talking about possible things because if you don't and you're not aware of the dangers of what you're doing, it can be a big problem. Oil goes in here that keeps the chain moving easily, and gasoline goes in here, and the gasoline, as we mentioned in a previous video, is the high test gasoline that doesn't have any water in it whatsoever, because we don't want to etch the cylinder inside inside the engine. So, because we're going to take down a tree, we must have good equipment, like a helmet that works, not only for the noise of the saw, but also in case anything falls down on you. Now, the tree we're looking at is this old apple tree. So first thing to do is to cut away some of the branches, and then to look and see where a natural place is for it to fall. It could, as we see, it's well branched, evenly branched, and if you take the V-shaped wedge from the bottom of it, it will fall toward the V-shaped wedge because the weight of the tree is pretty evenly dispersed throughout the whole thing. We can make it fall here or there just by taking the wedge in the direction that it's going to fall. So I don't want it to fall on this trail that we have, Center Road. So I would prefer that it falls on the south end. So first of all, we got to clean away the branches so we don't have any conflict. We know it's a dead tree because of the bark. These dead branches make terrific kindling, so don't throw them all away. Now the bulk of the tree is this stem here. This one is one that is not the original one, but we can see that it is at a bit of an angle. So by cutting this way, we know it will fall just directly to the south. cutting, it's important that you take a look at the cut that you're making to be sure that it's opening up a little bit, and so that predicts where the branch or where the tree will fall. That was good, right on schedule. We knew it was going to fall that way because it was slanted that way. So we could make this fall north, east, south, or west. If we look up and see where most of the branches are, now that this one is gone, it looks like the bulk of the branches are kind of to the east and north. If we put the wedge in the south part here, it isn't going to have the effect that we want, simply because there is so much weight in the upper story that it would pull everything down. So I think it might be a really good idea if I move the ATV, because it's certainly possible for this to fall partly on the trail. Now I'll show you how to do the wedge. Just cut in one side, down, and making it kind of a V shape. You don't have to go too close to the ground. You have to go where it's easy. So the tree fell directly in the direction of where the wedge was. So you can see this is a very dry wood. It's an apple tree, and it has terrific BTUs, so that it's really good to get a nice dry piece of wood like this. When you want to make logs, you've got to know where your saw is going to bind. Because it is supported at this end, we can cut down here and make some nice clean logs. As you saw, if you look at the cut here, you can see whether it is opening up or closing or doing anything. If it's beginning to close, you know you got to get your saw out of there or it's going to be crushed. Okay, so we got a nice clean surface. When you come to split this, you do have some challenges with the branches, but look at the wood, great wood. Or if you want to use that wood for making bowls or carving or anything, that's really good stuff to use.